Hey, it's Friday, the 12th of March, and I'm here. Like I said I would be. If you didn't watch my last video, you can go watch it or you cannot. I'm gonna pick up right where I left off in the Stackhouse novels. I'll be doing a book review of Dead to the World, Charlaine Harris. I've structured this book review a little bit, so Badoo probably still completely butchering your username, aren't I? I'm going to give you a little bit of a summary without giving you too much detail into the book. It's going to be 3 main points or 4, and then go into my opinion of the book, which, as may not surprise you, since I kept reading and I'm like several books ahead of this, it's pretty good. In this book, let's see, I guess a short summary is Eric loses his memory because of a witch's spell, and Pam asks Sookie to watch over him. So Sookie basically starts taking care of and babysitting Eric, who doesn't remember any of his normal Eric-y ways. He basically has a complete personality alteration, which I think makes this book one of the most emotional thus far that I've read. And when I say emotional, I don't mean like, oh my god. I mean, you really find yourself in it with internal conflict, because what you know to be true isn't what is occurring. And then at the end, with whatever does choose to happen, which I'm not telling you, but whatever does happen, there's a moment of hesitation, because you don't know if you want to find out if things go back to the way they are or if they stay. And Eric is the Eric that we meet in this book. There's also a witch war that's taking place in here, which adds a lot of drama for Sookie, as you can imagine. So that's basically the summary of this book. Eric loses his memory, Sookie watches over him, witches are at war with vampires and some werewolves, and at the end, you don't know whether or not you want Eric to get his memory back. That's how much of a roller coaster this book takes you on, which isn't at all a bad thing, because it opens up venues into your own personality. You wonder what you want or what you anticipate out of individuals, and then you think, would you still care about the people you care about if they were different? Or what happens if you care about them more if they change? And when they have the opportunity to revert back, if they choose to revert back, how will you react to them then? Or if they choose to stay the same, it brings up a lot of internal conflict, which I think is a good thing in this case, because I really love books that make you think about who you are. I know a lot of people don't, they just like it for the entertainment, but I like to read a book to read into it, to find out why I like this character or how I relate to the storyline. A lot of times fantasy books don't really do that, but they do bring up an aspect of life, I guess, like in here, where you don't know if you prefer someone to stay the same or to change. And when they do change, you don't know if you want them to change back. And I think those types of questions are ones, firstly, are philosophical, but ones that we don't take time to consider throughout our daily lives. And that's because we are, at least in the American culture, there's so much superficial, there's so much, everything just seems so superficial. I live in Southern California, I live near Hollywood. Everything is made to seem one way, to be interpreted one way, and you don't stop to think about what's underneath or how you fit into the puzzle aside from this material perspective. I'm actually going to probably, during the summer again, do a controversial commentary on that, but this book review gets like 4 out of 5 stars, 4.5. It's pretty good. I would recommend it. I'd actually would recommend it regardless if you've read the first couple of books, because it's different to get this perspective of Eric when he isn't himself. So if you really want to deal with if you don't want to deal with the internal conflict, read the book before you read any of the other ones, because otherwise you're going to be sitting there going, oh my goodness, what is he gonna do? What are they gonna do? What's the right thing to do? Oh, I want to see it this way, or I don't want to see it this way, or why did they write a book like this? It really puts things into perspective for you. So it was confusing in a good way, and emotionally riveting. I recommend it. I'll put the title, the author, in the doobly-doo, where I think it's the sidebar for me, because I'm obviously not, the Vlogbrothers or Ray William Johnson. So I'll put the title of the book, the author, maybe I'll quote some of these fabulous reviews in the doobly-doo, as well as put the next book I'm gonna do, which is not this one. That is a Doornail. So you can expect that one next week, probably on Friday. Yeah, I'm also going to start blogging regularly. I have a blog. It's Blogspot dot little L, or little L's blogspot. I honestly don't remember. Well, I'm gonna go look it up and I'll put it in the doobly-doo and you guys can see some of the poetry and things I write, because I'm more than just this crazy person who comes on a YouTube and gives you book reviews. I like to write poetry, and I'm open to criticism, like fully open to criticism. If you hate it, that's okay, because it'll just give me a perspective as to how I can improve. So that having been said, I'm gonna put the details in the doobly-doo along with my Myspace page if you wanna friend me and actually have conversations about books, or have books you'd like me to recommend. Comment on that and I will get to reading. So next week, expect Dead as a Doornail, and the week after, probably Genius Squad. I finished that book a while back, and I've been anxious to review it. So, yeah. So if you have anything if you have any books you recommend I do, any controversial topics you want me to discuss, or if you want me to discuss the topic and hear about internal conflict a little more, feel free to comment it or message me personally. I will also put, my email in the sidebar as well. So, yeah. Alright, with that having been said, I'm gonna go and study for the LSAT. Have a great day. So, ciao.